Quacker. Hello, Florencia. It's Wei Wei here. I've forgotten somebody, haven't I? Who have I forgotten? Um, who have I forgotten? I know. How could I possibly have forgotten Julia? Hello, Julia. I'm such a tease. I don't know. Well, you asked for some photos of your dad, Tom, when he was a little boy. So I pulled some together. I've got lots more. Maybe I'll sort some more out for you. You can find some interesting ones. But I thought you might like to see these. So let me show the three of you what your dad was like when he was a little boy. There we go. So let me make my picture a little bit bigger. This is the whoops, daisy. This is the first picture that was ever taken of your dad. It was taken soon after he was born. Look at him. He's a little tiny thing. He got a little scrape on his nose, on the end of his nose, which I think was caused when he was born. And there he is. Hasn't he got a lot of hair? Does it look like your dad? Does that look like Grandma? Look like Mama? She looks very beautiful, doesn't she? And she's a lot younger then, of course. She would have been 28 years old when your dad was born. So she was a young woman. She was. And here's a close-up picture of your dad. Look at that hair. Look at all that hair. It's quite curly. We'd never seen a baby born with so much hair before. Sam was quite hairy, but Max less so. Uncle Max less so. Uncle Sam had hairy legs. He was like a little monkey when he was born. I don't know. And there's Tom. Look at him, so small. His head's being held up by Mama's hands. Look how big her hands are compared to him. He's like a little dolly, isn't he? So small. He's a bit bigger now. He is. What's next? Oh, look. There's Mama holding Daddy, Tom. You can see his ginger hair. And who's that with Mama and Tom? That's Auntie. It is. Auntie and her daughter Becky. Becky died a few years back. She had epilepsy, which was a nasty illness, and she died. But we still remember Becky fondly. Look how young Auntie is. Look how young Mama is. Look how young your dad is. He's got his pajamas on, probably ready for bed. Yes. Don't know what they're looking at. Both he and Becky are looking at something. Don't know what it is. What's next? Oh, that's Tom and Becky again. They're in Auntie's garden, next door to where we live now, where Auntie lives now, and that was her lawn. She was never very good at cutting a lawn. She's much better now, but she didn't used to be very good at cutting the lawn. There used to be lots of buttercups in it, which were very beautiful. And look, Daddy, Tom, and his cousin Becky are picking buttercups together on the lawn. That's a nice picture. Ah, look, this is Auntie's as well. Do you recognise the shed? It's still there. It's painted green now. It's the same shed. And they used to have a swing there. There's Daddy on the swing. He seems to be enjoying himself, and he's getting pushed by Auntie. Auntie always had long red hair. She did. Look at Dad. He's having such a good time. Ah, now, this is playgroup. And there are two people on there that you know. Can you find your dad? Can you find Tom? He's on there. Where is he? I'll give you a little clue because there's lots of children to look at. He's quite near the front. In fact, he's very near the front. There he is. That's your dad at his playgroup, having a drink of juice or drink of water. I don't know which. And do you recognise anybody else on there? There's one other person that you know. Guess who that is? It's Uncle Sammy. Where's he? He's quite near the back. In fact, he's right at the very back. There he is. They used to love going to playgroup. Well, what child doesn't? See all your mates, play with toys, learn a few things. Good fun. It is. What's next? Ah, bath time. This is in our bathroom. This was our old bath. There's Daddy and Uncle Sam having a bath before bed. Your Dad's got a big handful of bubbles. He's probably going to blow them all over Uncle Sam. Probably. And there's Dad. That's Dad on his first day at school. So he would have been 4 years old then. 4 years old. That's younger than Julia and the same age as Aureliano, isn't it, Quacks? It is. It'd be nice if we could stand you side by side and see the difference. There's your dad, looking quite pleased with himself, but he was probably a little bit nervous going to school for the first time. He's got his school shirt and tie and school trousers and new school shoes. Ah, bit older here. That's Daddy, Uncle Sam and Uncle Max, the three of them together. Yes, that's taken in our lounge. Uncle Sam looks a bit mischievous, and Uncle Max and Daddy are looking at some. I suspect his mama going, hey, look at the camera, look at the camera. And they've looked at her instead of the camera. Well, Uncle Sam's looked at the camera. He has. It's a nice picture, isn't it? I think I had a slightly better camera then, and it's taken a better picture, better lens. Your dad would know all about that. He's probably got the camera now. It's probably Pentax, first Pentax, maybe. Oh, that's a school photo. That's your dad at the Duke of Bedford School in Thorney, the junior school. And I think that's probably, he'd have been about 6 then, maybe, Julia's age. Yeah. Still got the shirt, school tie, and he got a jumper on. Oh, now this is an interesting picture. That's Uncle Sammy there. You know that is, don't you? A little bit grey since then, but that's me when I still had colour in my hair and before I wore glasses. And that is Uncle Max with a teddy in each arm. Uncle Sam's got his teddy as well. This here is my dad and Tom, Sam and Max's granddad. And that's our house in Manchester Road, Lostock, Graham. That's where that's where I was born, and that's where I was brought up. That's where I lived for the first 20 odd years of my life. Yeah, 22 years, maybe 21 years of my life. I know. Huh? There's Dad, of course. Got his pet rabbit. He had a pet rabbit called Bod. I think Bod is still around somewhere. Daddy said, oh, throw him away, but we didn't want to throw Bod away, so we've got him somewhere. I've still got mine, Bunny and Panda, that I had when I was a little boy. So, there we are. What's next? Ah, that's Dad when he started senior school, big school, secondary school, whatever you want to call it. A blazer, school tie and shirt, new shoes, of course, very clean. Wouldn't stay like that for long. His blazer's a bit big and his trousers are a bit long, but you'd always buy them like that because they grow so fast. They do. Grow into it, you will. That's the theory. Never quite fits, but there we go. Looks very pleased, Dad, doesn't he? Looks quite excited. Yeah, so he should. This, put this in because it's a picture of him when he was a little bit older. Guess your dad would be about Amelia's age, maybe a little bit younger than Auntie Amelia. And that's Uncle Max, Mama, still looking really young, and Daddy. He's striking a pose there, got a bit of stubble. And that's in Scotland. That's at Poole U, where we had a summer holiday once. Yeah. I'm going to send you the PowerPoint presentation. I'll send it to Dad by email, and you can put it on. You can put it on his computer, and you can look at them in a more leisurely way, if you like, apart from watching the video. I hope you enjoyed those. Let me know what you think. Do you think any of you look like Daddy? Do you think Aureliano does? I don't. I think he's much better looking than Dad. I think Julia might do a little bit, but you look a lot more like your mum, I think, and a little bit like Mama, especially Florencia. I think she's a bit of a Burrows, I do. Let me know what you think. Be interesting to hear from you. Lots of love. I've got some stories to read. I'll do one of those for you maybe tomorrow. It's my birthday tomorrow. Do you know that? I'm going to be 68 years old tomorrow. Not looking forward to that particularly. Never mind. Can't be helped. It's going to happen whether I want it to or not. Yes, I've got some stories for you, and they're called fables. Do you know what a fable is? It's a story, a short story, and some of these are quite short. There's the book called Aesop's Fables. I'll tell you a little bit about Aesop later on. But a fable is a story that has animals in it. Excuse me, so hot here today. Animals who behave like people. So they can talk and they do things like people do, have conversations. And the other thing about a fable is there's always a message, a lesson to learn, or a moral to learn, if you like. And that makes a fable. So Aesop is very famous, and I'll read you some of those and see what you think. I think you'll enjoy them. Some of them are quite interesting. Well, they're all quite interesting, actually. I'm underselling it. Lots of love. See you soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye for now.